The Battle of Chancellorsville demonstrates one of Robert E. Lee's greatest defense victories, but it is also the battle he loses his right-hand man, Thomas J. Stonewall Jackson. So far, Lincoln was unhappy with the progress the Union was making so far in the war. He fired the old general and put in Joseph Hooker. Lincoln tells Hooker that he needs to start winning these battles. Hooker immediately went about reorganizing the army. He cleaned up corruption among the officers and also raised money for medical aid. Hooker was beloved by all of his men. With a Union army of 80,000 men under his control, Hooker heads into the wilderness to avoid Lee's army. Little does he know that Lee is planning an attack on him. Badly outnumbered, Lee conducts one of the boldest plans of the war. He wants to split his army of 60,000 men and have 28,000 of them follow a route that would lead them to an attack on the exposed flank. Stonewall Jackson agrees to lead them. The next day, Lee and Stonewall Jackson confirm their plans and head off. That would be the last time Lee would ever see his trusted friend Jackson. Jackson would follow this route until he reached the Union Army. Jackson initiated his attack and charged the exposed flank of the Union Army. Startled from the attack, Hooker commenced an attack back. The plan was paying off until sunset when Jackson and the men charged the flank. It seemed like the Confederates were winning, and then Stonewall Jackson gets shot by his own men. Jackson was badly wounded in the arm and had to amputate it. The operation did not succeed and pneumonia set in. He died a few days later. Even though Jackson was absent, the battle raged on. The Confederates were able to continue the offensive and drive Hooker's army back. Hooker was hesitant to engage, and he ordered his men to fall back. Hooker elected not to counterattack and instead ordered a retreat across the Rappahannock River. When the Battle of Chancellorsville ended, there was roughly 17,000 casualties on the Union side and 13,000 on the Confederate side. Lee won the battle, but lost almost 50% of his brigade. He also lost his dear companion Jackson. Hooker was fired soon after the battle and was replaced by Meade. The Battle of Chancellorsville demonstrates Lee's greatest victory in the Civil War. He won another battle for the South. After his outstanding victory at Chancellorsville, he led his army into the second invasion of the North, in Gettysburg.